Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with this month's challenge at Bramble Fox, and it is for the brand spanking new month of May. It is to use a monochromatic color scheme plus one accent color. And so I'm considering the monochromatic part to be black, white, and shades of gray. Because I'm using some ephemera, and I say that because I'm using some ephemera from Cocoa Vanilla, where the black is a little bit more like dark gray, and I'm gonna kind of count it as black. In any case, and it's a page about my husband, and the accent color is going to be pink. So who knows why I chose that, but it's the kind of off pink, sort of not a girly pink, but it's kind of this coral-ish pink that has a fair amount of brown or beige or yellow in it, and Cocoa Vanilla has lots of that color pink. And the Bramble Fox, this is a piece from the February box that is for Valentine's Day, and it has the etched heart on the disc, and it's just the perfect pink in my opinion. And the geotag is kind of the same color of pink. It's exactly the same color of pink. So I'm going to use those, and I've kind of pulled just about every shade of pink for butterflies, and some are a little bit more orangey, some are a little bit more beigey. And I have this sticker sheet. There's this hello banner that I have my eye on. There's this Love Grows Here that's a different shade of pink. There's this pink and gray sticker there that I may be able to tuck in somewhere for a layer. There is this tag which has the dark gray or black and white leaves and a little pink hole in it, and lots of word phrases. So I have selected, I know that I want to use this photo and these two little cut apart cards that I have framed in pink. And all the paper elements you see are going to be from These Days by Cocoa Vanilla, except the mats for the photos. I pulled those from an old paper pad from Dear Lizzie, A Fifth and Frolic. And I used this paper, the solid pink part of it, to mat my photo. And then I used this, which has some sayings on it that are perfect, but I hid them in matting behind those little cards. So those are the products I'm using. I'm going to use a Bramble Fox stencil. It's one of the first ones I got, and it's one of my most used and most loved. I normally use it vertically. I've used it as bubbles in a underwater kind of scene, and just as tone on tone, subtle texture and other ways. I've never used this, which I'm going to call the grass strip, and I have never used it horizontally, but I'm going to do that today. I'm going to, my photos, the scene is going to be set along a shelf, if you will. And I kind of want this grass line to define the shelf. So I kind of need to see how far down I want that to be. I'm going to go with that right there. And I'm going to do it in Tattered Rose, and I'm going to go over it with Worn Lipstick. The Tattered Rose is that exact pink that I'm wanting to use the worn lipstick will kind of add a little bit of a shadowing, I think, I hope. So there, and then let me do this part. This part of the stencil, as much as I've used this other part of the stencil, this part of the stencil is probably saying, well, finally, I'm getting my turn. Okay, so that, oops, I kind of went through there, but that's okay. We're going to have some, possibly have some embellishments there. I'm going to do this now, just a little off center, and just kind of not do a whole lot of this. There. And I kind of got it a little bit thicker there, so let me go back over here and do some. Okay, that's fine with me. Now, still with some of that worn lipstick on my brush, I'm going to just do a few of the bubbles, if you will. Kind of haphazardly along in here, and maybe back over here. And I have no idea how much of this is going to show in my overall composition, but it's very subtle, so it's really just kind of adding a little bit of and I'm going to do just a hint of the darker pink. And same here. And same there. Okay. And like I said, that's real. And I may go back and kind of fill in some of these later, but I can't say enough about this. And I will include the name or number of this stencil for you in my description box. And there will also be, I'll put in my description box a link to my blog post where there are links to the shop for every product I'm using from Bramble Fox. Okay, so I'm going to put this away until I may need to bring it back. And then I'm just going to start with my main element, which is my photo. And I kind of like that this runs here and this runs here, and that there's dark pink there near his shirt. I filtered this photo. He has a dark red shirt on, and this chair is bright, vivid lime green, as are the brand new leaves. This is my Australian tree fern, and then those are the woods behind the house. And what he's doing there is cleaning tiles, travertine marble tiles, which is what we have in our kitchen. And we had bought them to deck a pool at our previous house, and they'd been stacked up outside, and they'd gotten rather dirty. So when we moved them here, we had to count to make sure we had enough whole ones to do the whole kitchen, and we did. So he's cleaning them, and he scrubbed every single one of those tiles with that hard brush to get it clean, and it turned out gorgeous. The tiles are just beautiful. They're all different. They're each tile, is, as you look at the tiles, you kind of realize they don't quote unquote match at all. but the effect is really beautiful. And I had never considered using that inside the house, but when we moved here, I was committed to using things we already had. So the kitchen wall tile is what was left over from the kitchen wall in our old house, and the floors. And we actually had enough of this travertine to do Barrett's bathroom upstairs. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put that almost smack dab in the middle. I'm going to move a little left of center here. I don't necessarily like for photos to be exactly smack dab in the middle. Now let's see, what do I want to do with these? I think I'm just going to use them like this on either side of the photo, and then I'll kind of decorate around them. And I'm going to put them on one less layer of foam than the photos on. The photos on 2 layers of foam. They're going to be just on one, and that just gives it a little kind of visual interest. I'm going to tuck this under there. And I normally might put them at a little bit of an angle, but I decided to put them straight because I want to line up these houses here. So I kind of want this house to be overlapping this card. And it has this house has a blue door. So I've put the tape right under it so that I can work on that. I'm going to see if I can outline and kind of doodle on it until it looks gray. I don't know if that's going to work. But let me see what I can do. I'm going to say it's okay. Let's see. I want to take this house and put it, I want it to look like it's on another street, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to kind of tuck it here and have it at an upper level there. And I may want to come back and do this guy right up into there. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I may just, find a flower or a butterfly or something to put there. I guess a butterfly would look silly, but let's see. This one is the next house I want to put here, and I'll put it a little bit over the idea, I guess, that I have here is that this is a domestic scene, so I'm kind of emphasizing the whole idea of home beside it. This is another one that has that's a grayish blue. This is kind of a grayish green. And so I'm gonna kind of doodle on it as well. And that kind of I guess neutralizes that. Look, I tell you what else I can do. I have 2 little trees, and I'm gonna cut some foam and put on the heads of these trees, and I can put one maybe kind of overlapping that door. There we go. And then another one, so that the door kind of, it shows that there is a door. This one can maybe go down here, so it looks like there's some woods in front of that house, like there's woods behind here. Now this says, these little moments are our big memories in the making. And I thought that could justify an arrow there, pointing out which little moments. And John cleaning every tile that's on the floor in the kitchen kind of seemed like one of those perfect little moments that you usually don't take pictures of, but I did. And so every time I see my kitchen floor, I remember who cleaned those tiles. And I'm going to do something different here. I've never done this before, never done white on white. I think that the sheen on these glossy perspectives is enough, and the dimension, the thickness of the acrylic makes it readable when you use color on color, tone on tone, white on white. So I'm happy using that. I put it on some white, and I considered maybe backing it, and I'm glad I didn't. So I like that. And I'm gonna add this geotag here. It says everyday matters, and the geotag is kind of a, you know, here at home sort of a thing. So now I'm going to do floral clusters. I'll do one here and one here. And I'm going to pull the flowers out and see which ones I want to combine. I think I might do these 2 up top and then these 3 down at the bottom. And so I'm going to do, let me get my foam tape. These will all be I'll kind of curl them to give them some dimension. And I'm going to tuck that one down here and really curl the part that's sticking out. Okay, and then this one I may overlap onto the photo. I'll do that, and then I can curl it up too. Okay, and now I'm going to layer some of the greenery that is black and white. It was perfect. I didn't have to, I'm able to use greenery in my monochromatic thing without it having to be green. I'm going to do that there. I kind of like this little bud. Maybe right there. And let's see, I'll do this, kind of overlapping the photo there. Let me cut that off, and I've got it sticking to my finger now instead of to the... Okay, there. And then I can put butterflies there. Down here, I'll have the large one right there. This one on top of the photo. And this darker one kind of up above the other two. And I have that sprig of greenery. There, and I have a couple of single leaves. This one is a different pattern from these other two, so I think I'll use these two down here, and this one maybe not liking that right there. How about maybe here, and then a butterfly there. So I keep saying that, so let me put the butterfly there. And I want to take one that has a little more color because I've got the really pale pinks in the flowers there. So I've got this butterfly that kind of gives us a little bit of that darker pink that we used in the mixed media. And I've got, because this is kind of a neighborhood home sort of scene, I thought having a car driving by the houses might be cool. And I have a little white car from a travel icon set. Okay, there. And I'm questioning, do I want the car here or do I want it here? I'm thinking here would be perfect. And I'll have it driving right there on the grass. Could be a road, could be grass. And I have a paper snip that says good stuff. And I thought I'd put that somewhere maybe like as part of this floral cluster. Maybe right there. Okay, that's acceptable to me. And I have a couple flare. This one is in that perfect pink, and I'm gonna see if I can squeeze it in under here. And actually, that's where good stuff ought to go. Right across that flare. Okay, now the other one is black and white, a black and white grid print. And I'm thinking it could maybe go like right there. Although that, I was kind of happy with that pink being so close to his shirt because it's similar, but I will cover it up anyway. And I'm gonna put a butterfly on there because this was taken before we screened in that porch. And let me do this kind of pale colored one. And there were butterflies up on that back deck all the time. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, now I'm gonna use the best disc, maybe right up in here, and I have to, and I think, oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I love this. It's the etched heart and the etched words, just beautiful. And I like this, which is it's where I could have used it. It can be used kind of as a tab almost. So maybe I should use it as a tab right here. I want the star. I don't want to cover the word there, so that's not working for me. Let's see. Should I have used it up here instead of that black and white flare? Let's see if we can undo that and try it out. Let's see if I do that and then maybe bring that leaf up over it. That allows you to see, it gives you something of interest to look at, but it allows you to see those dark pink circles. So I kind of get two things in one here. Okay, let me pull that back up and see if I can wiggle that back into place. I want to be sure that I get this straight line parallel to the edge there. Okay, now where are we going to want this flare, or do we want it? Maybe it could go right here. With a butterfly on it. And I'm just going to glue the butterfly straight to it. There. And then let's do a butterfly here at the end of this row of circles, bubbles, if you will. And maybe another right here where I did some circles that I didn't intend to. Okay, so I've used everything on the tray. Now I have some sequins. I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle. This mix is Dahlia Delight, and it has some satin finish sequins that are the exact color of pink that I want. And I'm going to pull those out. And for the main ones, and these are a little bit shinier, and then there's this little white one that's another kind of white on white opportunity. And I'm going to go up here. I did 4 here. I'll do 5 up top, and then I'll look and see if there's anything I'll start with the pink, and I'll do 3 of those up at the top. I'll see if there's anything that I need to do on the sides, maybe. And these sequins kind of work in nicely with the circles in the stenciling. Okay, so I've got those 3. Now I'm going to do another one of these holographic pinks, and then a tiny white sequin right there. And then here I may do 3, and I will do the mix of the pink at the bottom. If I can find one of those holographic pinks right there. And let me see if I can grab a white. This is such a pretty mix. Dahlia Delights. I like the name too. And then here, another trio of them. My tweezers and my fingers are not getting along. Okay, so I've got a white one here. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And I'll go back and look for one of those holographic ones, and there we have one. If I can grab hold of it. Okay, so I think I'm done. I'm happy with it. I wasn't sure when I chose the pink. I wasn't sure. Let's see if there's anything here. Oh, I really like this word strip that says "A Happy Little Life." You know what, though? I'm liking the good stuff, and I want to let that stand. So I've got this hello, and I've got this love grows here strip. But you know, I think I'm done. Using the foliage that spreads out across the top, I really kind of took up the space that I might have used for a tab or a label. I think it's done. I think I'm going to call it done. And apologies to the sticker sheet for not using anything. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll check out the blog post that will give you some close-ups and details about it. And I hope you'll check out the Facebook page for Bramble Fox, where the challenge has been posted. And if you want to take your hand at doing a monochromatic layout with one accent color and post it in the album, you could win a 15-pound prize, a 15-pound gift to spend in the Bramble Fox store. And oh my gosh, there's so many goodies there. I know when I go to the website to look up and grab the links for the products that I used, I'm going to see more things that I want to buy. And so I'll shuffle some more money their way. And I love it. So thank you for watching. Bye.